the dark isn't really fear of darkness. It is fear of what might be in the darkness. Your eyes rely on light to see. When that light disappears, your brain loses visual information and begins to improvise. This creates a perfect storm of uncertainty, vulnerability, and imagination. Evolution has trained us to fill in those gaps, usually with threats. It's not just irrational fear, it's a precaution system. For most of human history, nighttime was dangerous. Our ancestors lived in environments filled with nocturnal predators, lions, wolves, snakes. At night, humans became easy prey. Those who were more cautious, even fearful, at night were more likely to survive and pass on their genes. That instinct didn't disappear. Even though most of us now live in safe indoor spaces, our brains still carry that ancient fear software. It's not about logic, it's about survival memory. When you're in darkness, your brain becomes more sensitive to sound and movement. The amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for processing fear, becomes hyperactive, scanning for potential threats. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, which handles reasoning and rational thought, takes a back seat. This explains why fear in the dark feels intense and sometimes irrational. Your body is reacting before your mind can catch up. Fear of the dark is especially common in children, not because they're less intelligent, but because they're more imaginative and less conditioned to distinguish fantasy from reality. At night, when visual stimuli disappear, the brain defaults to mental imagery, often influenced by media, stories, or stress. Parents often dismiss this fear as childish, but it is deeply connected to how the brain processes unseen danger. For a child, a dark closet isn't just empty space, it's potential unknown. In darkness, humans experience sensory deprivation. We lose our most dominant sense, sight, and rely more on hearing, smell, and touch. But those senses are less accurate and more prone to misinterpretation. This uncertainty fuels fear. We begin to expect danger, not because it's there, but because our brain prepares for it. This can trigger the fight or flight response, even in the absence of real threat. For some people, fear of the dark becomes a phobia, known as nyctophobia. It can lead to insomnia, panic attacks, and avoidance behaviors. In extreme cases, it may be rooted in trauma, anxiety disorders, or neurological sensitivity. But even in these cases, the fear follows the same neurological pathways. It is an overactive alarm system, misfiring in a world that is no longer as dangerous as it used to be. Understanding the fear is the first step to controlling it. So, why are we afraid of the dark? Because your brain evolved to keep you alive, not to keep you comfortable. That fear may feel irrational, but in the history of human survival, it was one of our smartest instincts. Thanks for watching Why. Subscribe for more science behind your deepest instincts, emotions, and human nature.